Is the ketogenic diet the right approach for you? In this video, we're going to discuss the pros and the cons of the ketogenic diet so that you can have an informed decision and decide for yourself. Now, a lot of you have been searching, Googling, and looking on YouTube for the very best diets to lose weight in the shortest space possible with the best results. And a lot of those searches have returned with the ketogenic diet. So I'm going to explain to you exactly why or why you shouldn't do the ketogenic diet. So first of all, the ketogenic diet is a really low carbohydrate diet to the point where the carbs are almost non-existent. Now, there will be a little bit of carbohydrates in your diet from fiber that you might get from a limited amount of veggies, but trust me, the amount of veggies is very, very small. With the ketogenic diet, it will predominantly be made up of high protein and high fats, which means you're going to get to eat a lot of the good stuff like sausages, bacon, eggs and cheese, oils, but you're going to miss out on the other good stuff like your carbohydrates, like your rices, your pastas, your potatoes, and all of the other fun stuff that we all love to enjoy. So are the pros worth the cons? Let's find out. So firstly, with any diet, when the calories are equal, the fat loss results will be identical. And I know that will upset a few people who advocate a ketogenic diet, but that is the truth. If you lose weight eating 2,000 calories, it doesn't matter whether you have a high carb diet or a high fat diet, the results will be identical, provided you can stick to it. So why is the ketogenic diet preferred by some? Well, for one, with the ketogenic diet, you can get quick results in terms of weight loss in a very short space of time. But notice that I said weight loss and not fat loss. Whenever you cut out carbs from your diet, you will see a huge amount of weight over the first 2 weeks being dropped. And a lot of that weight is going to come from water retention. So over the first 2 weeks, you're going to see 5 pounds a week, 4 pounds a week, 3 pounds a week dropping off when it comes to getting weight on the scales. The benefit of that, it will be very motivational for you. So if you're someone who needs to see results, you need to step on the scales and just see that something's moving, the ketogenic diet will be a good diet for you because it will keep you motivated. Anyone who gets on the scales and sees 5 pounds, 4 pounds, 3 pounds in the first 2 to 3 weeks is going to be motivated to carry on. So that is the main pro for the ketogenic diet. But just remember, just because you're seeing big weight loss on the scales doesn't mean that it's all fat loss. Most of that weight will come from water retention and water loss. Now, the cons of the ketogenic diet. For one, there is no carbs. Let's be honest, even though you can have a small amount of carbs, the amount of grams of carbs you're allowed per day is so minute that it's not really worth it. You can't have your rices, your pastas, your potatoes, or any of the fun stuff like your cereals or your breads. So that rules a lot of us out. It's also very unsociable. Now, you can't really go out to a restaurant and have the meals you'd normally enjoy. So the ketogenic diet is a one that is tough to stick to, tough to adhere to, and is very unsociable. Aside from that, the fact that it's not very sociable, a lot of the time we function better with carbohydrates in our diet. And I know, again, people will debate this and say that we don't or we do, but we perform better from a performance perspective when it comes to weight training with carbohydrates in our diet. That's why endurance athletes, that's why high performance and top level sports athletes will have carbs in their diet, and especially before they exercise, because carbohydrates are the body's primary source of energy when it comes to fuel. So if you want to have good workouts, if you want to have lots of energy, then we need carbohydrates in our diet. So the main points about the ketogenic diet, it is low in carbohydrates, which makes it unsociable because it's harder to eat out and eat with friends and family. And it is also not the best option for those who like to perform well within the gym or within a sport. So you have some pros and cons there. You're going to see some faster weight loss when it comes to the scales, but the caveat is that it's not all fat loss, but it will be quite unsociable. So for me, when it comes to the ketogenic diet, it works, as does any calorie controlled diet, but it is not a one for people who live a normal lifestyle, who like to socialize, like to eat out, like to have their potatoes and pasta. It's probably not the best option for you. A calorie controlled diet matching those calories that you're going to be eating anyway will always trump getting rid of one food group. And just remember as well, if you're completely cutting out carbs, you're gonna run the risk of becoming deficient in some nutrients as well. So just bear that in mind too. I hope that helps. If you have any questions at all about the ketogenic diet, if it's going to be a good choice for you, if it's not, then just hit me up.